Hi, if you're anything like me, you get distracted a lot, even when you're doing something that you really are intentional about doing, whether it's working on a comic book or a drawing or even working at work. Um, you often lose, you start daydreaming, you just don't get your work done. Today I'm going to give you one really helpful tip to help you focus on your chosen task. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for over 20 years. And yeah, I suffer from this even at work. Sometimes I just can't seem to focus doing my storyboards or whatever, and it's not a good thing. So I recently I read a book. Well, let me start with I wrote an article a few weeks ago or a while ago called 3 Tips for Practicing Even the Most Monotonous Stuff and Like It. One of the things, and it's basically an article on practicing, and there's a lot in that article. I'm going to post a link below so that you can in the descriptions or in the blog, so you can read that post if you want to. But one of the main things that post said was, or like an underlying theme within the whole concept of practicing something, is the idea of focus, of being present at the moment, being focused on the present moment, being in the present moment. That requires focus, having your mind not wander, whether in the past or the future, or sideways or daydreaming or whatever it is. It's absolutely essential to focus. So, but the book recommends focusing a lot, and it talks about focusing a lot, but it doesn't actually give you practical exercise for focus. So I decided to go and find some books on focusing, and one of the books that I read, I have it here, I have it on my Kindle. It's called 100% Focused, 25 Great Ways to Improve Your Focus and Concentration. I will link to that book below. But it's full of like really good tips. One of my favorite ones is a tip that requires it helped me I'm going to tell you the tip right now, actually. My favorite tip is requires a timer. So here's what you need. I bought a notepad, a little a line pad. Just need something to write with. Write on, I should say, for keeping track. So you need a notepad, and you need a timer, and you need a stopwatch. So for me, I've got a crummy old iPod and my phone. So what I do is I use one of these as the timer, and the other one as the stopwatch. So here's how it works. You set a timer based on how long you want to work, whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. How long you want to work and stay focused throughout that time. So you may want to start short, 15 minutes. And so what you do is you set a timer for 15 minutes, and then you start your stopwatch, and you get to work. And so you're working, 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 working until you lose focus, until your mind starts wandering, until whatever happens that usually happens, and you lose focus. You start daydreaming, whatever it is. The moment you're aware of the fact that you stopped working, because you may actually start going off and you're not paying attention that you lost focus. The moment you became aware that you lost focus, you immediately stop your stopwatch, not the timer, the stopwatch, and then you write down how long you worked. Then reset the stopwatch, start it again, go back to work. Then the idea is that the first time that you lost focus, now you recorded it. The idea is to try to beat that time. So you start working knowing that you have a base to beat. And you continue. If you lose focus again, you stop your stopwatch, and then you make a note of it, and then see whether or not you worked more than the last time you lost focus. Excuse me. So that would be, and then you just do that until your timer runs out. Ideally, what you want to do is when you start your stopwatch and when you start your timer, and you start working, by the time your timer rings, you have not lost focus. If you manage to actually stay focused throughout the entire time that you put your timer on, say the 15 minutes, then raise the time, so instead of 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then try to fill that time with focus. What you're basically doing is you're training yourself to focus. You're improving your focus. It's a form of practice, and you practice focus. So, but it's also a really good way to make it almost like a game. Having the timer and that sort of thing, you're trying to beat your time, right? And trying to get better at it. So you've kind of almost gamified learning to focus. So that's my favorite tip out of the book, out of many, and there's a lot of other ones that are really, really good. So I highly recommend you pick up the book. Again, it's called 100% Focused, 25 Great Ways to Improve Focus and Concentration by John Morgan. And that's it for me. How do you learn to focus? How do you focus? What are your tricks and gimmicks? I'd like to get some tips to see if any of what you do might be better or complement something from the book. Okay, so go ahead and comment below if you have any of these tips yourself. And I'll talk to you next time. All right, bye.